Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. You know where you are, the 9 at 9 with me, Tigo. And if you're sitting right there, you know a great expert is coming up. But today, a little bit different. Oh, we're going to talk to somebody. Yeah, she's an author. She's a speaker. You know, she's won awards, did all that kind of stuff. But she's also in front of the camera in a more traditional way. She's an actress. And she's figured out how to get one of the biggest companies in the world to pay her. Sit right there. We'll be right back.
Emmett, do you want to play with me? Yeah, I can't play right now. I'm doing show notes.
All right, you heard me right. Yep, she's here. Havilah Malone is in the building, technically, virtually, and we're going to talk about, her journey as an author, her journey as a speaker, but most importantly, hey, Havilah, how did you get the biggest company in the world to pay you?
Because I became an actress in their holiday campaign. And so while everyone is out there getting their holiday gifts from that wonderful company, I'm getting a check from that wonderful company.
Now, see, that's what I call a prime account. Hint, hint, hint. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, how did you go from writer, author? You have a new book coming out, Rewriting New History, right? Writer, author, or is it already out?
Yes, it's available now.
It is available now. Okay, we got to talk about that. To acting, what made you decide to go that way?
Actually, when I was in high school, I used to be a part of a junior league program where I tried real cases in court. So my first career path option was to go and become a lawyer. But I figured, you know what? I can either go to school and become a lawyer, or I can just play one on TV. And so I decided to go the acting route. And I wanted to go to UCLA out in California, but I started college when I was 16 years old. So my parents were like, no,
No.
young, naive self, you're not going nowhere, find something local. So, my journey brought me through so many amazing opportunities, from being behind camera and then being on camera years later. But I also had a stint in corporate America, and really becoming the author. It was from my own journey of healing. It was from my own journey of finally doing the work that was necessary to get out of my own way, and then learning how to share those messages and those platforms. But my desire to be on television, to be able to communicate in that way, to play a character, and even to be myself, because I do a lot of hosting and things like that, those opportunities have been open to me for a very long time. I just have now decided to more fully step into it. So I think we all have something that we feel called to, that has been a part of us maybe since childhood, but are we fully living that dream right now? And so that was a question I had to ask myself and then answer.
Wow, I talk about fear a lot because for some reason, fear stops a lot of people, and I'm not saying it hasn't stopped me from time to time over the years. But you have decided to take paths and journeys down the lines of some of the biggest fears people have. Writer's block. Come on. I would still be sitting here writing my first book if I had to write it. No. Then you got speaking on stage. I think the only thing people are more scared of is like a building being on fire and they're like on the 20th floor, And then you say, what the heck with it? I can do this thing that everybody else is doing. I can do podcasts and talk shows and all that stuff. I'm going to go out here and actually be a part of the acting community, and not just, local theater, nothing wrong with that, but on a major international platform. Like I said to you before we started today, every time I look up, I see a little thing from you on Facebook that said it's a wrap. So you are out there doing your thing, but has fear ever made you go, wait a minute, do I really want to go this way?
You know, my whole moniker in life, mantra in life is be proof of what's possible. And I
Ooh.
think that my life has really been a testament to that because it has been fear after fear after fear after fear. I mean, from fear of physical things like jumping off of buildings, which, yes, I have done, to
Ooh.
fears of my own insecurities and low self esteem because of having an abusive background and being molested as a youth and having to deal
Mm,
with that and then having the low self-esteem that comes along with it, from
mm,
fears of actually taking opportunities, feeling like I'm not good enough to be able to be in front of the camera or to, go after a particular job. And so, or even fears in relationships, like, okay, am I good enough for that? So it has been a constant, my constant work in life is about getting out of my own way, shifting my thought process about who and what I really am, and that nothing that has ever happened to me or to anyone actually defines who you are. We are so much more than that. So I think for me to be able to step into and keep proving to myself over and over and over again that you're powerful,
mhm,
you're beautiful, you're talented, you're smart, you have something of value to share. I think that has been my life's journey, not just for me and my own development, but to be able to show other people it's possible for them too. So it's been really an extraordinary journey. And I'm still having to like reassess, what am I thinking right now? What do I believe right now? Why am I playing small in this area? Okay, it's time to step
ooh.
up. What work do I need to do to transform me so that I can step into the fullness of who I am?
Somebody's watching right now and they're going, okay, Havilah, I hear you. I really want to act. That's what I want to do. But I'm in Kentucky or Ohio. I'm nowhere near LA. I'm nowhere near Chicago or even New York, and I'm right at that threshold of sticking my leg out there and moving forward. But nobody in my world, in my circle acts, and they all kind of look at me like I need to go get a job at Walmart or something. What should I do if I want to get started in acting?
Community, community, community. Right now, there is absolutely no excuse because we live on a world scale virtually. Right now, we are in two different places, and yet we are having a very powerful conversation that's affecting a lot of people. So, no matter where
Mhm.
you are, you have access to tools that will put you online and put you in contact with communities of people who want to do the things that you want to do. So, there's online classes that you can start to take. Yes, if you want to seriously pursue this, then eventually you will need to move to a major market where that is where it's happening. But you can start where you stand with the tools you have at hand and get started doing what it is that you love and feel called to right now.
So you can tell she's a writer. She just rhymed the answer. I mean, she is totally a writer. So before we have to get kicked out of here, because Alan likes to cut us in time, you have a new book out. Let's talk about that. What's it about? Where do they find it?
Yeah, so this book is called Rewriting a New History. I can't get it in camera, obviously.
There it is.
A spiritual path to audacious authenticity and healing. This is a deep dive into how do you step into that place of power? What tools are available for you to be able to really do the things that you need to do and get out of your own way in order to do them?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And where do they find it?
You can find it online, either Amazon. You can also find it in major booksellers from Barnes and Nobles to Walmart and everywhere in between.
What made you decide to write this book? Because you have several. What brought this one about?
This one, because of the divine download that I got, that is the message that is in this book. I was made to write this book by the universe itself. So I literally, and I fought with sharing the message that's in this book because it was so deep and so personal and beyond anything that I had written about before. But I knew what I received wasn't just for me. And so I had to, again, step out of a place of fear and step into a place of power to be like, you're here for a reason, and this message must be shared.
So let's show them the book again so they can go get it. Go to Amazon, search online. There it is. She's trying to get it in frame because it's a really big book, but it's
It
really,
is.
really nice. I got to get a copy. I need a signed copy. I'm going to work on that. But before we get cut off, do you take coaching clients? Do you work one-on-one? Do you work in groups? Because somebody may be going, I'd do that if I had Havilah. You know, is that something you do?
Yes, primarily I work with women entrepreneurs who are looking to get to their next level. So people who are already doing the self work, but are either looking for the accountability, the kick in the butt, the hug that is necessary, and tools that they may not be familiar with right now to be able to step out of that place of fear and step into their authentic power.
And if they want to reach you, how do they do it?
They can do it via email at ask@havilahmalone.com. That's ask@havilahmalone.com.
That is awesome. I'm so glad you came on and hung out with us for just a little bit. I hope you'll come back because I want to just like dive in on the author side or dive in on the acting side and spend a little time together. But you're amazing. Thanks for hanging out with me.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
You're the best. All right, everybody, you know what to do. If you want to reach her and you didn't get a chance to write it down, you know what to do. Go to tigodirect.com, type in Havilah, type in actor, type in actress, type in author. She's coming up. Send her a message. It costs you nothing. It costs her nothing. It's our way to make sure that you can connect with these amazing trailblazers that we bring to the show. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Even I'm thinking about acting now. I hope you'll come back next time. And as always, I'm Tigo. I'll talk to you next time.